Hi there and welcome to the first edition of Orkney Bowl Weekly Roundup. And the season is finally here. And I'm joined by my co-host Craig, who'll be doing most of the slagging off of many of
Good
our
evening, everyone.
fellow GMs. But we'll get started with the St Magnus Division 1 and the Eastern Conference, and we'll let you crack on there. So what do you think?
Let's say the first place you've got to go here is lowest score, isn't it? Lowest score, Johnny. Who got the lowest score in this one? Can you just remind me?
Oh, that'd be Mr. Baxter there.
Oh,
yes.
that would be Baxter. Yes, lowest score. I mean, 138 doesn't seem so low, does it? But
No.
yeah, lowest score. What can you say? Best manager, Tiger Scott. Well done. He's only 181 points, but obviously he's got his best players in his starting lineup.
Yeah, well, in fairness, Doug did have Kelsey, so he did get hammered a bit to start with, but
yeah, he got a sore one there, but Kelsey's going to be coming good, isn't he? It's 1 week only, and that's what everyone's got to remember. I think before we really get going, we've got there's going to be 48 managers over the moon this morning, and there's going to be 48 managers thinking everything's a disaster. It's only week one. Let's not forget, it's only week one. We're just finding our feet, and everyone's just finding their feet.
Well, it is. It's obviously didn't help they lost to Jack as well. So it was a Packers against the 49ers defeat in week one.
Yeah, well, that's. I mean, there was. I think looking through the leagues, I think the general consensus is if you're scoring over 200, then you should be winning. I think is a point, looking at the points. And I think you'll find there's an overriding people who nailed their defensive players tend to win their games. There's some real good points to be won in that in those defensive slots. And if you got them wrong, it was hard to come back from that against someone who got them right.
I know. I think I had a look who he had 24 points, I think, in one, and the other one had 11. But so one defender got 35 points, but I can't remember who it was. But
yeah, I mean, there's you've got to feel a little bit in there. 200 against 191 there. Who's that gaming teacher that lost that one? That's a bit of
the brown tea.
A hard one to lose, losing by
when he had
just
Jackson.
9 points, scoring 191 points. It's a lot of points to be scoring and not winning the game.
Well, he had Ayuk and Ridley. That'll help.
Yeah, that low Ayuk and Ridley's going to very well done.
There you go. Smith 34 points, so that's a good one.
And that's the thing with the defensive players; they just make such a big difference when they do come out and they knock one out. If you're getting 30 over 30 points from one of your defensive players, it's a great way to start your week.
Well, look at Stoke; he had Tua and Hill.
Yeah, well, that's I think
92 points alone. So
the Tua and Hill stackers are, and I think there's more than one in the leagues, and they're absolutely flying, and they'll be over the moon with the start that they've had.
But they're doing well, but they'll not do it every week. So they will come back a little bit. So you just have to catch them at the right time. So
of course they will. That's the thing, isn't it? And it's getting them in. The big weeks will be huge. Though is the thing. And I mean, these two. If you've stacked Tua and Hill, and Tua doesn't, and Tua stays fit, you're going to be quite. You're going to be winning a lot more weeks just with the two of them alone.
Oh, definitely, yeah. But I think still Waddle will get his time as well, because obviously Hill will eventually pick up a niggling injury, but he can only run 200 miles an hour instead of 3.
Well, I mean, the two of them just have such a good connection with it. It really is. It's exciting to see,
Yeah, he was spreading it about as well, because even my new man Braxton Berrier's got some touches, and is it Carr? The other wide receiver I've never heard of before. He got a few touches too. So.
Yeah. I mean,
the tight end had a few touches. It was a brilliant game to watch. I've done about that. It's just, especially as I was not involved in it. It was a great game to watch.
Yeah, it's and let's talk about your win then here, Johnny. We're in this is your league, your win. So you started off with 178 points in a win.
With Daniel Jones at 3.1. Well, I did have Daniel Jones to start, which wasn't the best idea, but it's good at the time. But it did help having Aaron Jones Addison picked a nice one, Elijah Moore, and Brees Hall. But it was mainly my defence. I got a local at 24 points.
You must have been happy to see Addison start the way he did as well there.
I did. Like I had Jordan Reed, who only got 8 points, but I thought he might have got more. But my bench wasn't the best. So.
Up against Sky Moore, that'd be a disappointment for Rotherham Raiders.
Yeah, he didn't have a good start on Thursday with a 50-point lead going into the league, but he's got Bijan, he's got Herbert will have better days.
Yeah, and Lockett, of course, getting injured, getting hurt. That's no good for me either. I've got him all over the place, but yeah.
So do I. But and he's got Alabi, so what's his bench?
But a nice win for you, and as you say, Stoke-on-Bengals absolutely flying it up with a Hill and Tour stack there. That's got them flying. Dougie losing in this league. Got to be loving that.
I know he's been pretty quiet with that one, but I say it's early days. Everybody's got to play everybody.
It's week 1. That's it.
Yes.
But yeah,
so that's the biggest blowout. Norris victory, lowest scorer, below expectations.
Good start for Stoke for the Stoke-on-Bengals. That's for sure.
Definitely, they'll be loving that. So.
What have we got in the next league? Who have we got in Div 2 now? And now we're in. What one's this?
Your one, is it not? Yeah, this is where you got a bit of a tanking as well.
Well,
you're not the lowest team in your league, so.
It's I got an absolute spanking. It can't be taken away. I mean, Jackson done me absolutely nothing. T. Higgins, what do you do about T. Higgins?
Oh, I had him in a lot of places. Yeah, even in our main league as well. I still managed to win with 2 players with no points and one to -3, but that's he had 8 targets. He had 8 targets. We never got any of them. But some of them were a bit high, to be honest. But
it was just one of those games. I mean, you've got to hold fire with T. Higgins. The good thing for me really was Beckham being out there and looking okay, and it's tough. I lost to Wagner in defence as well. 35 points against 2 for Joey Bosa. I really need to sort my defence out, and I need Lamar Jackson to have better days. But yeah, a good win for Glasgow Eagles. And they must be quite confident with what they've got going. Goddard didn't get a touch and get 0, but outside of that, he's got to be loving Warner and Wagner.
Oh, definitely. Bobby Wagner. Yeah.
It's
this is why some of them went early. And you get the ones that are going to get tackles, get hits and pressure, and they are going to score points.
It was the Aberdeen Bucks that knocked it out of the park in my division. No, it was they're the ones on the 240 points. Is that going to be another Tour? It's got Tour. It's got Tour and Waddle stacked with Jefferson in there as well. So good start for Aberdeen Bucks. He must be quite.
Well, they had Nick Chubb and Aaron Jones as well.
Loving seeing Tour go like that. So yeah.
He had Jay Franklin 36 points and T. Edwards at 25 points for his defence.
Look. That's look at the point differential there in the defence there. It's what 24 versus 61. I mean, it's just the defensive positions are going to be absolutely massive in this. Jordan Love there as well. Algier on the bench. Dubs. He's got the Love Dubs stack. Yeah, Aberdeen Bucks. Very good start to the season.
I know. And like Bradford Brewster's got 194 points and they still lost by nearly 50.
Yeah, you've got to feel a bit for the Bradford Brewskis, don't you? That's 196 points would have won against most teams this week.
But at least you weren't the biggest blowout though, because Duke Mueller had 203 to 115. So
to be fair, the Bedford Brewskis, I mean, there's he's lost by a country mile, but he's left TJ Watt on the bench. I mean, TJ was to start Micah Fitzpatrick. So I'm sure that's something that will be getting sorted next week.
Yeah, got like 3 sacks and a fumble. Yeah, in our recovery. I had him as my defensive player of the year. So hopefully he keeps that up. If he's fit,
Yeah, well, he's
he's a
certainly
machine.
looking. He is an absolute machine, and he looked right back to his brilliant best there after the injuries and that. You know, that was the thing, and maybe that's why Bedford Brewskis left him on the bench. You know, you didn't know what he was going to be like coming back, but yeah, he looks back to his brilliant best.
I think he will be back on the field come this week, no doubt. So we'll go on to the Queen Hill Division 3 in the Eastern Conference. So it's a nice win by the Chicago Scorpions, but obviously the highest scoring team, 214, which is a lot less than. So this one's a bit closer all the way down, I think, because the lowest scoring team is 135. So
basically, that's saying no one's got a tour stack. that's what happens in this one.
No one's got a tour stack. So.
But here's the thing right now. Here is the thing. I want you to go and open up the game, or the closest game of the week, the closest game in this division, certainly. 168 points, Carrollton Crew beat the Glossop Fighting 162, 62, 168, 82. But see, if you click on it and go to Glossop Fighting's kicker.
Oh, Glossop, did he picked one up and didn't play him? Was that right?
He picked Dicker up out the agency and left him on his bench.
Oh, yeah, dafty.
Oh. And thus, costing him week 1 victory. So, you know, as boo-boos go, that's a pretty big one.
I know, and even he had Prescott as a quarterback, Carlton Crew as well. But CFC is going to help you every week, though.
So our friend from down under, Carlton Crew, he's stole one this week.
He certainly has. Is that the closest one of them? I'm pretty not sure. But.
It's the closest one in this division.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just 6 points here.
But yeah, there's a lot closer games here. So.
Yeah, I mean there are a lot closer games here.
Well, there you go.
Thunderbirds just
142 to 135. So
yeah, Preston Hawks are going to be laughing all the way to the bank with 142.1 as well. They had Drake London with 0 points, but Stefan Diggs has brought it through for them on Tuesday night. So he has.
They need to maybe pick up better defenders for later on, I think.
Yeah, the defenses are the defender. If you
on the bench.
There's just so many points to be won in those defensive spots that looking at the scoring here, I'm thinking there's quite a few in agency here that folk will be running after at the moment. But yeah, nice start for Bankfoot Panthers as well, winning 206 to 182. That was a nice one for
Roddy.
For Roddy, yeah. It's he's off to a good one as well. And a couple of good scoring points in the defensive spots, you know, with Edwards and Queen, 25 and 24.5.
They'll always get your points as well, that's the thing.
Well, that's it. Look, it's going to, it really does look the way of, you know, get the right ones. He's going to need to do something about Swift. But other than that, yeah, he'll be, Roddy will be quite happy as he marches
Robertson will take his place next week, and that'll be. I don't know if Myers is on concussion protocol, so he probably won't be playing this week. But after getting laid out in the game, it was a bit of a
yeah, that's right. So he did. It was a big hit, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was just gone. I didn't really think it was that bad when I first saw it. When you saw the replay, I thought, yeah, it's not a very good one.
Yeah, the replay always shows it that way, though, doesn't it? But yeah, the first big boo boo of the season goes to Glossop Fighting. Sorry, Glossop, but
yes, you got the boo boo award.
You get the boo boo award for bringing the right kicker in and then no starting them.
Oh well, I'm sure. He did admit to that in the chat, so at least he's not hiding it. So I probably knew he would find it anyway. But still, I bet he's in the code.
Well, yeah, I'd say you got to go having a wee look for these things, you know.
But if he misses out by one game, that's going to be
well. That's what you got to, you know. That's I know it's only week 1 and all that, and there's plenty of time to get back on it. But that's a proper loss, that one.
Yeah, and they had T Higgins as well.
Yeah, T Higgins with his 0. I mean, that's the thing. There's plenty of 0-pointers. There was, Tyler Lockett. Everyone who's got Tyler Lockett's going to be sitting exceedingly disappointed. We haven't got getting her. Anyone who was stupid enough to start Aaron Rodgers, number 12. In your honour, sir, in your honour. Enjoy your meal. That's going to hurt a little bit that he's went down like that, and it's the week one. It's the week one pains, isn't it?
Well, I got a quality. It wasn't in this league. It was one of the leagues, and I got. Where was it here? Just after Dobbins got injured, or just as it got announced, I was going to go Hingway. I got a trade offer. J.K. Dobbins to give away Gainwell. I was like, no, it's okay.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, get to. So that was a bit cheeky.
Dobbins is one of those. Dobbins is definitely a one where, I mean, that's probably his career over as well, which is a shame. But if you drafted him where he was going in drafts, and I know he wasn't exactly, in the first 6-7 rounds, but if you've went and picked Dobbins up in the draft, you're expecting big, and you're so disappointed now, but you're kind of getting what you deserved a little bit, He's not played properly in 2 years, and he wasn't a late round pick. It was right in the middle rounds. There was a lot of good guys still kicking about. He was going about the same time as Aaron Jones. He was going about the same time, James Conner, Mattison. And so anyway,
Mattison didn't really do much apart from catching the touchdown, to be honest. So,
well, it's early days, as we say.
I know. So on to the Mullhead, so the 4th division in the Eastern Conference.
So Mullhead, let me just get on to Mullhead and catch up. Here we go.
A couple of our boys were in a few leagues within here. So obviously, Knight, Sean Douglas.
You've got to feel for Sean a little bit in his Newcastle Colts. He had 192 points in a loss.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty. That is pretty harsh. I can't imagine that one's went down too well down at Camp Douglas. That's for sure. But do you know what? It's his own fault again. He started Mark Andrews at tight end. I knew he'd done something stupid, and he started Mark Andrews at tight end. He's got Freiermuth on the bench. Freiermuth it wouldn't have been enough to win him it, but you got to keep an eye on these things.
Yeah, but it was announced quite early. He had Myers on the bench as well.
He had Myers on the bench, and he had Waller in one of the flex spots, so he would have put Waller in as tight end where he should be, and then you put in Myers over there, and boom, you've won the game.
Yeah, basically.
And it's these decisions that get you. I mean, to be fair, he has come up. Harlow Harlequins, 211 points with.
And it's look at the top there. You've got Richardson, 28 points. Robinson, 25 points. Etienne, 27 points. Diggs, 31. Evans, 20.
Yeah,
it's spread out pretty well. E. Jones got 1850.
Yeah, it's right through the team, and the defenders haven't knocked out the park, but neither of them have done badly either. They've both hit double digits, which is absolutely fine.
Yeah, and Benjamin Skull 256. That's got to be a Tua Hill stack, you think? Tua and Hill and Breece Hall. In fact, you played Hall and Cook last night.
So he did, yeah. I mean, the way these backfields are going, and especially that New York Jets one now, see if they both stay fit, Hall and Cook, they're going to become a running team now,
Yeah.
They
71 points off his defenders.
Yeah, it's the Tua Hill stack, isn't it? And then you hit it in the D, and 36, 35 in the D. I mean, that is super scoring, so it is for Leicester Tigers.
Look who he's got on his bench as well. Kamara. So the two
Kamara still to come back. I mean, it's Jordan Love flying in week one, which was quite
he did well, actually. Yeah. You don't know if it's really just how bad the Chicago defense is, but he played well. He's thrown some nice passes. But
all that is a headache with Geno Smith and Jordan Love. You know, it's you've got to look to get rid of one of them. You would think and get someone else in for the bench. I mean, Penny was Penny not
he's maybe waiting for Tua to get concussed in week 3, and then he can just
slip one of them in.
But he's only reached one. He's got Love. So.
Heck of a start, though. Heck of a start. Definitely. And one to look out for going forward. What else have we got here?
We've got Groovy down here.
193. There's Joe, our current home league champion, is off to a good start.
Eckler, he's got the same Eckler Chubb. That's the same as my Scottish Bowl start. Eckler Chubb. No. Who's he got in defence? He actually had nothing for Goddard as well.
Nothing for Goddard too. Yeah, that's
3 for McPherson. He got a look on, but he had nothing. Yeah.
But if you look at, you look down the base, he's got a Huffenag at 17, down there in the D. So yeah, he's got Elliott down there in the D. But yeah, it's a good start. You get off to week 1 win, and so it always makes you think it's your year. I always think that it's my year. If I get to week 1 win, this is my year. And I got spanked, but what can you do?
That's the closest game of the week, and obviously it didn't help Jackson only getting 9 points. Pierce getting 8. Schultz 4. But then you had Sky Moore on the other side.
Yeah, Sky Moore is just such a disappointment for all those that own him. TJ Watt.
63 points in the defence will certainly help you win that game when it's that close.
Really does. I mean, the defence it's going to win so many games of these.
It Burns on the bench as well. He's got 3 good defenders on that team. So.
Yeah, that's
workshop the rookies.
And no real injuries kicking about to speak of. Kadarius Toney, can we talk about Kadarius Toney for 5 minutes again in the workshops?
Oh,
I mean, how bad was Kadarius Toney?
Well,
the amount of drops he had, and you worry for him, don't you? I can't imagine it'll be starting this week, but then there you go. He's got Hurst on the bench that he could stick in there. He's got Quentin Johnson on the bench that he could stick in there. So, yeah, workshop off to a good start.
He potentially should have a better game this week because, even then the rookie got injured as well, so he's out. So he's basically almost on his own.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I mean, at the end of the day, they are going to have weeks. You can't flop about one bad, but one bad week 1, that doesn't mean anything,
Well, no, because last year when he did come in for Taylor, he did really well. He was like 20 or 30 points. So it doesn't help you got a quarterback that wants to run potentially first and then throw second, which will take anything away. But
well, that's the problem, isn't it, as well? But yeah, poor Sean, 192 points and losing. I'm just looking up that he would only lost to 2 other people in the league. So he got the 4th highest score and he lost.
That's pretty sickening,
Unlucky Sean.
But I'm sure you'll get luck the other way as well. So
yeah, it swings and roundabouts, doesn't it?
Yeah, so we'll move on to the Western Conference. So we've got the Happy Valley Division 1.
The Happy Valley Division 1.
Here we have 3 teams in the 200s. We've got 1 in the 190.
Yeah, that's...
no, we've got Quebec Lightning scored 217 points and lost.
Quebec Lightning, I mean, that is just... that has got to hurt. And looking through it, just as well, everyone can't look through all the divisions because I think this is the only one that scored 200 and lost. So it's exceedingly harsh, and it's
2 on the bench.
With 2 on the bench, yeah. Darnell
Oh,
Mooney on the bench, a couple of good defenders on the bench, and a couple of good defenders scoring. But again, there you go. There's the difference. It's 217 points and lost. But look,
you're not losing many games like so.
The defensive scoring 35 and 24. I mean, it's just a shame. He's ran into Ayuk, Jones, Lawrence, St. Brown.
Thing is, he played Hodgins, but nobody saw how bad the Giants were going to be.
I mean, to be fair as well,
After the first two plays. Yeah.
He's got 217.59 points in his round one picks on an IR, you know. So hats off, and to not win, it's a bit harsh for our Dreve. Oh, it's Dreve as well. Look.
This is Dreve, yeah.
Ouch.
I know, but well done, Mark. It was a good win to get there. What else have we got? Any other close ones? No, got a bit of a hiding for Reynolds, but the Darlington Dragons.
Yeah, I mean, let's not forget that. Let's not, Dickens Heath Demons, 224 points deserves the win. You know, let's not belittle that.
Oh yeah. Well, if it'd been the other way around, we'd be saying exactly the same. If Dreve had played that other player, beat him, we'd be saying how unlucky Dickens is. So,
Darlington,
unfortunately, somebody had to lose in that one.
That's it. And it's, someone does. Darlington Dragons, they have 244 points, so they're absolutely flying as well. That's Olave and Ridley.
They came up against McCaffrey as well.
And then Smith and Franklin in the IDP spots, 36 and 34. I mean, that's just... And that's with Johnny Taylor on injured reserve as well to come back, if he comes back.
Yeah, comes back.
A nice start for Darlington Dragons.
Yeah, that's it. And for Chris, got a nice wee start. Not the high scoring game, but he got the win.
No, but it's a win is a win is a win. Cork Red Army, that's Hearts only got 105 points. What happened there? Oh, he's got Swift and running back. That can't be. Oh, Drake London with a big 0. Burks, Pitts, Quentin Johnston, McPherson. Ooh. He's got Richard Johnson on the bench at least. But yeah, work to be done there, I would say.
Yeah, but those players will get better. I like hopefully.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm not sure where Swift's going to go. You'd be what? I mean,
for London and Pitt. So I think going into the third quarter, none of them had a point. I think Pitt patches in the second half, but
yeah, he got a couple of catches in the end, didn't he? But do you know Garrett Wilson? And I've got Garrett Wilson in a lot of places. I thought he was going to have a huge year this year with Rodgers. And, I'd be worried if, sitting with the draft capital that you've spent on Garrett Wilson, is he going to get the production now? I really hope he does still, but I just can't see it now.
Well, he got 5 for 5, but look at 11 for 15, 215 yards, 2 touchdowns. 7 receiving first downs, 140 and 7 first downs.
They get 5 for 5 for 34 yards.
I know. You got a touchdown though, which does help. But yeah.
Yeah, and it was his touchdown. Did you see it? It was his touchdown. I mean, it was an awful throw, and he had to juggle it in the air and caught it on his ass. So it was a great catch.
But then Hurts will do better. That was not a good game by Hurts.
Yeah, it wasn't a good game by. Oh, I mean, there's plenty to come. They will definitely have their week, but their weeks for sure. But yeah.
Is that the lowest score of the whole?
I would be almost panicking as much as I am if I was Cork Red Army right now. Almost as much as I am, but not quite.
Not quite.
Because I am in panic mode already.
Cool. So we'll go on to the Maeshowe division. So what we've got here. Biggest blowouts, nearly 100 points by McGonigal over Pez, Portbelly.
Yeah, so it is, Jings. Yeah, he got an absolute spanking. 116 points. Well seen, he's a cowboy, innit?
Yes. So what was in his team? Where is he?
Let's see what happened there, yeah. Portland Lumberjacks giving him a bit of a doing.
Yeah, Daniel.
Burrows, Swift. There you go, Swift again. Swift is going to be an
London, 0 points.
And the teams that haven't done well, he has given up to get killed.
Charbonnet will get more, but he started Vaughan.
Yeah, he started Vaughan as well. That's heart overhead. That is heart overhead all day long. Although he's left Prescott on the bench.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's left Ferguson on the bench.
His bench isn't looking too hot.
And he's got Elliott sitting. I think Elliott will have his days. I really do. I think Elliott will be just fine.
It's all about fumble with his first touch.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that one.
I'm sure you did. It's we certainly got outplayed by Stevenson this week, but I do think Zeke will have his weeks, and I think as the season goes on, he'll get more and more involved.
Yeah, but he needs to do something about his bench. Gaskin, Achen will be good when he comes back. Mingo, Ross, Pierce, and Ferguson.
Yeah, it's not jump up and down stuff, is it?
No.
Yes, what to do, Pork Belly, what to do.
But then 240 at Allen in an off day. He did uphill, which helps, and Ridley. Oh, yeah.
And Jones. Has Jones got a hamstring? Is it a problem? Is it going to be a thing?
I haven't said yet. I've been keeping an eye on it. I've got him in a few places myself. So
he was definitely pulling up,
Yeah.
But I'm sure Brooks will be making his first start for Portland Lumberjacks next week as well after the 2 defensive problems. But yeah, great start.
Maybe Collins as well. He obviously likes Nico Collins. Zach Ertz.
Yeah, Zach Ertz. He's a funny one, isn't he? He could be a wild card all over the place. He really could. Zach Ertz, if he can start pulling him in. But then, I mean, the boy that's throwing them to him.
I know. So what's the closest game then? Oh, Dylan against, I can't pronounce that. Sio Kent. Where is it? 183 to 156. It's not that close.
183 to 186. 156. Is that the closest one, is it?
Yeah, he had Lockett, Jackson, Sky Moore. But then Sky Moore came up against Okonkwo, who went AWOL and didn't even catch any of his 2 passes.
I tell you, Zay Flowers, he was
getting a lot of targets.
Just a shame Burham Trash Pandas has him, stacked with Jackson. I think that will pay dividends in the long run. I really do. But he's got the Dobbins problem to get rid of now because he's got Dobbins in his team as well as those 2. So I think that's going to help him out. He's got Mostert. He's got Robinson on his bench, Brian Robinson as well. So yeah, he's got options there, So
he's Jackson, Dobbins, Zay Flowers, Patrick Queen. I'm guessing he likes the Ravens.
Yeah, it looks like it, doesn't it?
Micah Parsons on the bench as well.
But he's certainly got options there to bring in for Dobbins, and yeah, I mean, you've got to think that Jackson's going to have better days. Or is Jackson now? He's got his money. Is that him kind of no caring anymore?
Well, I saw a video about that, and obviously Burrow just got paid and paid awful. Jones played awful.
Yeah.
Jackson got paid. He played awful. Herbert played, and he didn't play that great. I said, yeah, okay.
It's it's the way it goes, isn't it?
Yeah.
But that was the closest game, and then we have Riney Cardinals 220 points, good start over the 200 mark. I think
187 against him as well, so it wasn't bad. But
again, it was big scoring in the defenses with 34.5 and 15.
Ayuk helps.
Wee bit of Eckler, that's always going to help. But yeah, I mean, it's amazing how some of the points that some guys have scored, comparison to, kind of the ones who haven't quite got there.
Well, look at the tight ends there. Hurst, 21 points.
Yeah, Hurst, I can't believe I've not got Hurst everywhere because, I was big on him last year and I was big on him this year, but I just kept going for other folk instead. But yeah, that's...
It's a good start.
Hurst is one of those ones where, he's going to have weeks where he scores 2 points, but he's going to have big weeks as well, and it's just finding the right week to put him in your starting lineup, isn't it? And sometimes it you land lucky and you get, you've got Waller and you get him on Waller's bye week, and you put Hurst in and he has a big week. That's the kind of way that you get these guys.
That's the thing. Waller will come good, so that's the thing with Waller. So
yeah, Waller,
especially this week against the Cardinals. So
I mean, that was the whole entire performance of the Giants' offense was just awful.
I went to bed at halftime.
You'd be worried if you've got a lot of shares in Waller, yes, you think he'll come good, but you'll be worried right now. If you've got a lot of shares in Barkley, like I do, you'll be worried. I mean, yes, he's going to come good, but you're a bit worried after that first game.
Yeah, but I think we're okay this week. But I think after that we've got 3 or 4 hard games to coming up, including the 49ers on Thursday night. So this week, next week, I think it is.
Yeah, that'll be a tough one.
That'll be a tough one. But I'll have to mute Doug, Graham,
exactly.
Adam, just all of them for at least a couple of days. Like
there's another one that went big as well. Crew Juggernauts, 219 points. We bit of McCaffrey, we bit of Richardson. Richardson's going to be huge. And there we go. The first one that we've looked at, Gloucester Wolfpacks, the first one I've noticed to start Aaron Rodgers, minus 0.6. 0 out of 1 completion in a sack.
I don't think he would. Oh, he had Judy as well. He wasn't even playing, so.
He left Judy in. And Dulcich has went down as well. So that is not a good start for Gloucestershire Wolfpack. It really is not.
Poor Bobby Wagner trying to keep the team afloat, but didn't quite help. And Moody kicking him. Good kicking by Moody, though, after the pre-season.
Yeah, after, it was his pre-season wasn't very good, was it? But he did step up when it mattered. But yeah, you got to look at Crew Juggernauts as Richardson's people expect him to be quite good, but a rookie quarterback, you just never know. So that's a big swing to take, and it paid off certainly week 1, and looks like it could work for him this year. Now you get McCaffrey and Pollard, absolutely solid if they both stay fit. Smith, Allen, Cooper, Ingram, Thomas,
Williams, a good kicker.
Mike Williams, yeah.
Greenlaw will do more than that, normal.
He will.
Got Jordan on the bench.
Yeah, good start and good. What do you think of Van Jefferson? I mean, it was all set up for him, wasn't it? I mean, it was all set up for him. It's like, this is your team now, Van the man. Come on, let's go do this. And he get outplayed by Tutu well.
Yeah, well, they were using Tutu at the end of last year quite a bit.
They were, but still, it should be Van Jefferson now. But anyway, so that's a head scratcher for Crew Juggernauts as well. What do you do with Van Jefferson? Do you just leave him on your bench? Do you put him back in agency? He might make you look foolish in a few weeks' time. I
know, well, that's the thing. How he never caught that ball with an easy touchdown if he caught it. But yeah.
I know.
But then Puka got plenty of targets and Higby got plenty of targets. So he's got a battle. So.
Sandbach Sunsets, 187.74 points and lost. That's better than average and losing. That's a bit harsh.
It is a bit. But we'll go on to Marwick Head, Division 3.
Marwick
Western Conference.
Aye, definitely.
So another, not the highest scoring top team, but still enough to win most games. But we've got a Mr. Overachiever here in Graham.
Oh, he's overachieved.
By 13%. Well done, Graham. You've overachieved.
206 points he got. The bugger's on holiday as well, man. Well, of course, he's on holiday, so he's a dull week to stare at it, I guess.
Yeah.
What one's this that we're in, Johnny? What league's this that we're in?
Marwick Head. Division 3 in the West Conference.
Love it.
The highest team was in Melbourne, was Primacy, 216 points. Closely followed by the late arrival of the White Shirt Warriors, who took place of somebody that just hummed and had and didn't do anything. So they're
off to a good start, certainly, with the 210 points.
Yeah.
St Helens Eagles. What happened to St Helens Eagles? Oof, 106.
Swift.
There you go. See, Swift is an overlying theme.
Overlying
theme. Quentin Johnston started.
Wow, look at that. Riddick got 2 points.
Riddick 2 points. Yeah, these defensive slots really are a problem. If your defensive players don't score double digits, it's a lot to make up from. Kyler Murray, Taylor.
I think he's going on by how Red finished the season last year because he was awesome. But yeah, bit of a show. But they've got that many good defenders in that team. You don't know who's going to batter
No,
everybody.
that's it, and it's you know, you need the tackles, you need the sacks, you need it to be, you need your players to be involved in everything. You know, you need your boys to be in there.
There's your boy there, Tutu Atwell.
Tutu,
Yeah.
yeah.
He was missing Andrews, he was missing Taylor. Well, Murray will come back at some point, maybe.
He was, yeah. Murray will be back as well, and he's got 2-2 there. He was missing Andrews, like you say. I mean, yeah, there's players to come back. Put Taylor on IR though and go grab someone. Put Murray on IR, go grab someone.
Well, some people might not know if they can do that. I don't know, but if your player's suspended, out, IR, pup, I think you can put them on IR. It's obviously
not
suspended.
You can't put suspended on, I don't think.
You know,
I don't think so.
Poor
old Plymouth 49ers. Do you know, anyone with 49ers in their name deserves it, if you ask me. But yeah, Plymouth 49ers, 194.16 and lost. That's a bit harsh. Well done, Melbourne supremacy.
Well, that's the thing. That's the highest scoring team. And he only won by 12 points. So it's pretty close. Like.
Yeah, very close. With Darnell Mooney on the bench. And that's he's got Travis Kelce to come back in as well, does Plymouth 49ers. So that's a harsh loss, but better things to come. Maybe a wee bit of Tyler Lockett in there, which is a bit unfortunate. Yeah, Johnson as well at Pittsburgh. That's the Melbourne supremacy's got to sort that one out now, because that's Johnson out for a while, is it not?
Yeah, a few weeks it says. So yeah, it's a bit of...
He's got Rashad Johnson on the bench there, though, for Chicago. I think he's going to be... I think that'll be his backfield by the second half of the season. I really do.
But he's got Dillon in case Jones doesn't play.
Yeah. So yeah, good start for Melbourne supremacy, that's for sure.
Yes.
And who else? Bonnie Cowboys off to 206. That's Graham. We spoke about that one.
Yeah. Oh, against Sean. I never realised it did Derby match. Well... so many money Derby match. So.
But he's got a Dobbins problem now, has Sean. Graham playing Judy and everything. Starting Judy.
Yeah, but he's probably...
why didn't you lose this? And I could have ripped into you for that.
Goddard as well.
Goddard as well, yeah. And he's still... Petrie's now out, got in big O next to him now. So yeah, Graham's got a wee bit, but he's got Brooks sitting there on the bench. But yeah, Sean's got work to do already with Dobbins being hurt.
Well, if it didn't matter what tight end, but I suppose you could have played Knox, got 9 points, but his other tight end got 0 as well.
Oh, so yeah, he could have played Knox. So
is that the rookie, W. Anderson? He got 16 points in his first game.
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah, that's Will Anderson. Yeah, I've got him on. In fact, I think I've got him in this league, but yeah, I've got him, and I left him on the bench. I don't blame him for doing that. I left him on my bench too. Nice start for the Chester Hurricanes as well, 206 points.
Yeah.
Whitechurch Warriors
against Blue Bookie as well.
Oh, I guess against Bluetown Bookie, yeah. Well, he started Rogers. He's number one pick. He's poor number one pick.
And he had Drake London, who's on his bench.
I see he's not got all those defenders anymore, right enough, but he's still got enough down there.
Bryce Young, so yeah, he's picking up a lot of players in free agency.
Chester Hurricanes, 206 points, and he left TJ Watt on the bench. Woof. Yeah. And Levu and Werner. Yes. And he's got Fryermuth there, and he's got Rice there. Oof, that's a good squad. I hope that's one of the ones I picked. Because that's looking quite tidy.
I can't remember if I pick him or did you pick him. I'm pretty sure I thought I picked him, but I could be wrong.
I cannot remember, but yeah, certainly that's a very good start, and with plenty on the bench still to come.
And of course, the closest game was Adam's loss to Team Trade Frenzy, and the biggest blowout was Chester Hurricanes.
Yes. Of course, there's my Royal Arsenal Riots as well. There's my Aaron.
No, you never even noticed that you dabbed each yet.
Never noticed it. There he is. My laddie taught me everything I know. Winning week 1. Well done, Aaron. 183 points. That's all
Yeah.
right. That's pretty decent as well. You know, he's got Aaron Jones in there with McCaffrey.
He'd love on the bench, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
He's got Love on the bench, yeah.
And
So
Warren.
he does. I still can't believe he's sitting with 3 quarterbacks. I wish he's going to get rid of one of them pretty quickly, I would hope. But yeah, good start for Aaron. I like it. Let's hope it can carry on. With T. Higgins as well, with a 0-point T. Higgins.
I know. Yeah, he's got a good team. He does. He's good at it. Like he's good.
Yeah, I know he studies.
I know. I had plenty to talk about that when we were down in London.
Yeah, he studies. So
the final division, the Dwarfy
staying. Let me just go and find that.
Another the second highest scoring team in the whole league. And the South Carolina
Broncos, yeah, that was a massive one. 264 points. That's going to be it's not even a stack, is it? It's not. He's got Hill,
you got to worry though, because it's the biggest blowout, and the person you beat had 180 points.
Yeah.
So that's just unlucky, that one, like. But
yeah, I mean, 100 Wakefield 49ers have just ran into one, I'm afraid. Again, he's got the name 49ers in his name, so I'm just going to laugh. Sorry. But yeah, South Carolina Broncos, absolute flying. And, you know, Wakefield 49ers can't go too wrong. But again, it's the defence. That this game's won and lost in the defence, 35 and 34.5. You know, 16.5 and 16's massive. That's very good. I'd be delighted if my defence got that.
But it doesn't cover one of them, yeah.
But it doesn't cover exactly. It doesn't cover one of them. And it's you know, it's when you run into that, you've just got to accept that you've lost one. You know, you've ran into a team and you've lost one.
Yeah, you can't. Well, you had those two defenders. You had Hill with 51 points. Yeah. And then obviously Pittman with 29 points. But
he's got a problem now.
I dropped him in that extreme draft we do because I thought Richards was never going to throw it to him. As soon as he got that touchdown, I was like, you bugger.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, Pittman, you know, I've never been that big in Pittman, but he does seem to have a rapport with the rookie already, and that could be massive for both of them, you know.
Yeah, and Moody getting 14 points helps as well. But yeah, that was a great high score without a stack. But like you say, he's got no Dobbins.
Yeah, he's got to sort the Dobbins problem out. That's
I think that's probably
Is that the closest game of the week here? 145.40 to 143.86. London Eagles.
Pure Ross lost there.
Kirkwall Cowboys. I'm sure he's done something stupid on the bench. Let's go and have a look. He's left Mostert on the bench.
Oh, he played in Conquest.
For Gibbs would have won.
But you got another tight end because they've got nothing.
Yeah, outside of that, he's not really made any boo-boos there, has he? I mean, he could have left Jackson out, but you wouldn't.
Well, that's the thing. Obviously, Andrews is out, so he's put in a Conquest who did exactly the same as what Andrews did.
Yeah, and that's harsh. Yeah, that is a bit harsh. Like, to get
he started Gibbs, which like I did in our main league,
and that's literally it. One catch for Okonkwo, and he's won that game. Do you know what I mean? One lousy catch.
But then one of our other boys, Alan, did well, 219 points.
Yes,
for the division.
Yes, flying, beating the Fullwood Patriots, 182.94 and losing's about half again. You know, that's a good score. And, you know, if you're losing a game with 182 points, at least you're sitting there knowing that, you know, your time is going to come. You are going to win some, you know, you're scoring good points. That's fine. It's see when you're scoring 100 points, 120 points, however many I scored, it wasn't very much. That's when you really start to think, oh, I'm in trouble here.
Yeah, but there's one or two like that then. But you want to start at the bottom, Craig, and win other trophies each year to get you at the top. That's all.
No, Johnny, I just want to go in at the top and win from the get-go.
Cool. And well, Grote was in this one as well. He lost to Tony, 167 to 149. So what did Grote do wrong this time? Played T. Higgins, 0 points.
He played T well. Aye, that's. I mean, you can't. You know, playing T. Higgins is not a mistake. That's
no.
That's just unfortunate, you know. Another one that just stole a win in this one was Michael, Bluetoon Texans, but we'll look at that in a second. Let's go through Croties first for a laugh. What's he done? Taylor Bucks, yeah. White, I guess, fine. You know, he's got a couple of no bad defenders, and he's got Algier sitting out, but you're not going to be starting Algier, are you, really? Not over Najee Harris anyway. But that is a problem he's got now.
Thing is, though, I think he might start Algier next because that was 15 carries he had. And he's a good runner.
Yeah.
So...
But do you play him over Najee Harris? And that's the problem. You know,
Harris,
that's the problem.
Harris disappeared in that game, though.
Totally. He came back a little bit towards the end again, but yeah, no, he completely disappeared in it.
He had like 2 carries for like 20 yards, and then you never saw him again until like near the end of the game. It's like
that's because they went.
I guess he must have been negative, but then.
Yeah, I mean, I would be looking to maybe play him in front of Nash right now, but it's a big call to do so. You know, that would be a massive call to do so.
Yeah.
And our Michael Amos, the Bluetoon Texans, beating the Manchester Spinners 159-84 to 156-3.
That's a sore one. Oh, yeah, Joe Burrow. Nick had Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow. Andy had Tyler Lockett, who went down. Andy had Graham Gano, who got -3 points, which is a bit harsh.
It is a bit, considering it was a good block, but then the other one was a bad miss. But
I mean, there's points here on the bench, so you know, Nakua 27, Collins 17, Gainwell 16.5. Actually, will do okay when he comes back. Because you know, Mostert didn't exactly knock out the park. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be overly upset if I was Manchester Spinners. I've got to say, you know, it's just kind of circumstances ran into just getting picked.
Yeah, big style.
But yeah, so there we go, Johnny. Week 1 in the bag already.
I know, it's crazy.
It's we'll be talking end of the season playoffs soon, you know.
Well, maybe not quite that soon, but yeah.
But yeah, very soon.
Yeah. It's been a good week. I'm glad it finally got up and running.
Yep, that's it. We are off and running, and now all we can do, you know, as the season goes on, we can start talking promotion and relegation, and we can start looking at who's doing what and who's playing for what. And when does the cup start?
The cup's already started.
The cup's already started. Have we got some results from it?
Hold on, I'll get the spreadsheet up. I was in the middle of putting it onto the banners, but unfortunately, I ran out of time, so I couldn't put them on. But Rosie Cup fixtures. I've got the fixture list. See if I can share this one.
Let's just have a wee look in there, Vicky. Just if you've got it there handy, have a wee nostril at it. It's not something I need to see anyway, because I'm pretty sure I lost my game.
Can you make that? So I'll read it through if you can't see it. You've got Chicago Scorpions beat Laxio Legends 214.43 to 191.16. Dublin Everton Blues 178.57 to 171.53. Packers 124.51 to 211.37.
So just a wee bit.
The Group 4 was Bedford Brewskis 194.29 against Wiltshire Gold Rush 138.99. Group 5 was the Seattle Patriots 182.25 to 161.57. Group 6, we've got the Guildford Bradfords 176.52. Beat the Cork Red Army 105.85. Group 7, you've got Melbourne Supremacy 216.89 against Bodom Bears 154.10. Group 8, I do feel sorry for the Wakefield 49ers 180.16. They lost to Leicester Tigers 256.84.
They lost in the league by a tight one as well with 180 points. That's a harsh week.
Then, of course, we've got Pork Belly. He got 116.95. Lost to Whitchurch Warriors, the new rival, to 209.97. But I say you play everybody twice. So
Yeah, that's it. Plenty to go
You got
still.
Solihull Sharks got 134.84 against 115.23 against the Ancoats Citizens. Oh, I've missed Aaron's 100. What he got there, I can't mind on.
What was he against? 182.
So he's beat the Portsmouth Pirates 142-34. This was a close one.
Oh.
Darlington Dragons 244.79 against the Kirkwall Raiders 219.99.
Yeah, it's a half score to lose on.
But then where are we at next? We've got the Yorkshire Finns, that's Duke Muir, 203.46 against Gloucester Wolfpack 157.8. Then we've got the Quaybanks Lightning, that'll be Dreve 217.59. At least they get a win this time against the Godalming Goats 189.42. Then we've got the Whitehill White Tigers, which used to be the Whitehill Whisperers, 195.38 against 162.75 Manchester Bees.
Good one.
Then the EK Colts, is that Sean?
No, he's Newcastle.
No. 183.01 against the Glossum Fighting Gophers, 162.62. Then you've got the Group 17 Warner Bay Warriors, 181.92 against the Birmingham Giants, 145.74. Then Group 18, you have the Turnbull Titans, 190.47, losing to the Portland Lumberjacks, 204.19.
Oh, that's harsh.
It is. This one here is I do the Fantasy Hour with Jack.
Yeah.
League. This is a bit of a rivalry, this one. Whitford Educators, that's still in. Pretty sure. 183.17 against Moss, 81.
All right.
61-41. So they're going to bit of
yes, that's bragging rights.
But maybe get a revenge in week 4. But
We'll
Group 20, Nottingham Rebels, 142.19, losing to the Leeds Leopards, 145.48. So that's
Stowe.
So your Adam got this one, 194.16, beating the Belfast Benchwarmers 185.14.
Well, at least they get 1 win out their good score.
The Nairn Knights, you got 193.62, winning against the Skelmersdale Hot Dogs, quality name, 150 pence, or 50 points. The Sandbags, I'm going to put this in a proper spreadsheet next week, just to score so we can actually see it. So,
how many groups are there?
32.
32.
There's 32 of 3.
3.
Then you play twice. The top team, I'll show you in the next page of the breakdown. The Sandbag Sunsets 187.74 beat the St Helens Eagles 106.90. The Newcastle Buccaneers of the Esmond beat 212.86 against Yeovil Winners 174.28. Taking a breath.
Yeah.
The Bluetoon Texans 159.84 losing to Jack 171.63 in the Whitford Rockstars. The Glasgow Eagles, who beat you, 189.14 lose to the Dickens Heath Demons 124-49.
I'm not even sorry.
The Aberdeen Bucks 241.19 beating the Kilmarnock Kings 152.26.
Yeah, they were always going to win.
Yeah. You got the Leicester Spinners 156.03 beating the Lee Vikings 143-40.47.
Yeah, nice.
The Manchester Bombers, which I did enjoy making that logo, 184.73 beating the Rotherham Raiders 159.05. Of course, Rotherham Raiders did start the weekend off with Sky Moor, which doesn't help.
Yeah.
Group 30, you've got Preston Panthers 155.36 to Newcastle Colts.
There you go, that's Sean.
192.66. So he won that one.
So he's got a cup win at least.
So the Peterhead Bloody Jets 120.22, losing to the Plymouth Argyle Browns 142.69. It's not the highest score game.
No.
And the next one's not high either. Richmond Reds 119.07, losing to the Preston Hawks 142.46.
Nice.
So the knockout stages are of this. I've run it over here. So that's the last 32, like Group 13 winner will play Group 27 winner.
Yeah.
and then then it goes through all the way through to the
Well,
final.
I've got off to a bad start, so I need to start winning some games. And I need to start winning them quickly. So agency's going to be quite busy this week as well, John. And there's going to be a lot of people in looking to make some moves, and some will be on tilt, some will make some silly moves. My plan is to wait and see after the first waiver wire goes through. I want to see who's dropped who before I go crazy.
So just make sure you pay attention to week 3 and week 6, Craig, because that's when you play Grote in the cup.
Oh, is it? Oh, for goodness sake!
But if you look in the comments of this show, you'll see the spreadsheet for the Rousey Cup, and you'll also see the spreadsheet for the division, which I'm currently still working on, because it's taking a lot of bloody time. But I'm going to try and get all the fixtures on spreadsheets. So I've got 4.5 or 5.5 divisions done. So I've just got to finish doing the rest of them. So if anybody can have the link, and it will get updated every Tuesday the same time as the Charity Bowl will and the Rousey Cup.
Oh, fair enough. Well, that's
So keeps me out of mischief on a Tuesday.
Keeps you busy, Johnny. That's the thing. Keeps you busy when the kids are at school.
I know. I think they're on strike in a couple of weeks, so that's going to be fun.
Oh, that'll be fun. Yeah.
But it's not the teachers this thing. I think it's the staff that work at the school, not the actual teachers. But there you go. There's Alan for you.
How am I losing with 219 points? Yeah, it's a bit harsh, Alan. We did say that was harsh, but these weeks happen, as you very well know. These weeks happen, and you've just got to dust down and say, I got 219 points, and I'm going to win weeks with 219 points as well. Don't worry about 219 points and losing. Worry about 120 odd points and losing. That's when you really worry.
Not just losing, by the way, scalped.
Yes, that too.
And it had to be like a rival match as well, which makes it even better.
I know. But that's fine. There's a long way to go.
But yes, thank you for tuning in. I've had maximum 4 at one point, but I will edit this and put it to each individual division tomorrow, and then try and finish off the rest of it. But we'll speak to you in a second, Craig. So thank you everybody for joining us.
Good night, everyone.